Hey guys, it's BearInABackpack, and welcome to a review of Offensive Combat Redo by ThreeGamesAB and SlapShot Games. So, I recently got a code for this to try it out. It's in beta currently. It releases on the 18th of August. It's about a day or so away from about the time I'm recording this. I'll let you peek behind the curtain a little bit here. But it's basically an updated version of an old browser-based free-to-play shooter, whereas this time it is going to be a paid game. And the general idea is it's your standard FPS multiplayer game. You've got team deathmatch, free for all, bots, capture the flag, that kind of stuff, right? And what you're seeing is about what it is. So I kind of went in and played it for a few hours just to kind of get a feel for the game and kind of see if I like it or not. In general, I don't play a lot of FPSs, at least competitively. Not usually my thing, but I figured I'd give it a go. And after playing it for a while, what I'd like to say is that the customizability is fantastic. As you can see, everybody's got a whole bunch of different cosmetics. I mean, some people are in banana suits, some people are in, they're dressed like geckos or clowns or a mix. The way the cosmetics work, you can actually mix and match parts. So you can have like a pirate hook hand and a gecko head and clown feet, and you get the idea. And there's a ton of them, and you can actually end up unlocking them by poning. Well, in this game, basically, it's a humiliation kill. You take somebody out, and you can walk over their body and perform a dance or some other humiliating thing, and you'll get access to cosmetics. You earn them by doing this, and that's kind of the incentive there. Really, the whole game's kind of based around that. That's kind of the whole point. It's part of the name, the offensive combat. You're supposed to kind of do that. That's the whole idea. So, kind of with that, there are small bits of humor kind of spruced throughout the game. And it's fun-ish, I guess. I don't know. My biggest gripe of the game is that it's very generic. Like, there's nothing really that sets it too far apart from every other FPS you've ever played. Ever. It's decently fun. I mean, it's entertaining, I guess. I mean, for a free-to-play game, originally, I bet it'd be fantastic. I mean, alright. But for a paid game in this day and age, I mean, maybe if it's pretty cheap, okay, but with the prices not released quite yet, I'm not 100% sure how much it's going to be. If it's cheap, alright. If it's anywhere close to 20 or over, it's getting pretty expensive for this kind of thing. And really, kind of the whole thing feels very outdated. Like, the graphics, although a huge step up from the original version of the game that was browser-based, it does look really good compared to that. It's not quite up to snuff for me for all the different games I play, and I'll freely admit I'm a sucker for graphics. And if they don't look really, really good, it kind of bothers me. So I'm probably a little more picky when it comes to this stuff than normal, a little more picky when it comes to this stuff than everybody else. So take that with a grain of salt. But I just don't think it looks as good as it should for being a paid game. In addition to that, the sounds are pretty mediocre to low quality. They seem like they were just carried over from the old game, and they weren't really updated at all. They weren't re-recorded, they weren't remastered, they were just ripped right directly from the old one. In addition to that, the humor, while it's good for some chuckles here or there, it's, again, like everything else, just feels really outdated and old. Like, aha, if you can shoot somebody in the head, it's a headshot. If you shoot them in the dick, it's a cock shot, and you get special bonuses. It does a little bit of extra damage. You've even got certain attachments on your guns that will do extra damage if you shoot them in the dick. Haha, funny, right? Well, yeah, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's a very mediocre game that I don't know if it really will survive very long. Like, it's going to need something to make it a lot more interesting for players, or at least to maintain players' attention for very long. Because it's all good and fun for just a little while, but it's not really going to hold people. In addition to that, when you're actually playing the game, although it's kind of fun for a little while, the matches just really feel like they drag on and on and on and on. And the most people that'll be in a match are 15. That's really not a lot in this day and age. Like, I realize I keep using that term, this day and age, it's like, I'm just saying, for a game that's released in 2017, only having 15 people in essentially an FPS multiplayer competitive game seems pretty small. And I realize, okay, so you have Rainbow Six Siege that has, 10 people, right? 5 on each side. That's pretty small. Well, that's because it's a tactical shooter. this is supposed to be a zany, off-the-wall, constant action, crazy FPS, right? So shouldn't there be more people? No, I'm not saying we need to go into Battlefield levels of crazy where there's 64 people all over the place all the time and it's freaking chaos, but 15 just seems weird. A little lonely, if you will. Overall, like I've said many different times now, it's a game that seems just so utterly generic that I would not recommend picking up when it comes out. I mean, I'm very glad that they sent me a code to check out, but my honest review is just I don't know if I'd waste the time on it. Unless they do a lot of changes to make it a lot more interesting, a lot more fun, and maybe update some of the sounds and just modernize it just a little bit. I don't see it being that interesting. It really just feels so outdated that it becomes a problem. Just giving it my opinion. You guys obviously have your own thoughts and opinions because we're all people, so if you still want to give it a try, there'll be a link in the description below where you can go check it out. And hey, you know what? Comment down below. Let me know if there's something that you actually thought was really fun about it that I might have disagreed with, and you know, I'd love to discuss it with you. Honestly, like I'd like to get different perspectives on whether or not people actually enjoy this, because like I said, my gut feeling on it is just it wasn't that fun of a game. But like I said, this has been a really quick review of Offensive Combat Redo. See you guys next time.